What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another tutorial. I know you guys have been waiting for this tutorial for way too long. I sincerely apologize. I've been working on orders, and between that and work, I've just been slammed and overloaded. Nonetheless, we are gonna get right into it. What you guys will need for this project is 3 colored yarn, 1 for the sunflower petals, 1 for the sunflower head. This is my favorite light brown to use, and then I'm using a leaf green and this Craft Smart yarn from Michaels. This is my favorite yarn to use. It's super soft, it's very flexible, and this is the same yarn that I use for the periwinkle color that you just saw. So I have that on hand. My whole dress is going to be one color, just like the purple one. Like I said, I have my brown, and then I have some sunflower yellow. So you'll need a pair of scissors. Mine are all chewed up because my dog is insane. And then I'm going to be using a 5mm hook. And then I have some stitch markers. I may or may not need these, but I like to have them on hand anyways. And then I have a measuring tape. So we're just gonna get started right away. So excited for you guys to finally have this tutorial. So I did already start. I'm gonna do the last sunflower with you, and I'm going to do, I know I have 1,000 videos on sunflowers. I'm just sunflower obsessed, but I'm going to do one for you because it'll be helpful anyways. So before we get started, I do want to keep in mind that no matter what size, and I will go over sizes shortly on how to make your size, but no matter what size you're using, each square is going to consist of 2 rows of double crochet. So this is row 1, and then this outer border is row 2. So I am making a size medium. Everyone is going to generally be a different size because in order to make this pullover boho dress, it's going to determine, it's going to be based on your waist size. So what I like to do first is, and I do have a size extra large here because I sold the periwinkle one that I'm going to be using as reference. This extra large size, and I will have the measurements either on the screen or in the description below, but I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sunflowers, and that creates the measurements that I got. So if those are your exact measurements, then, or your size extra large, then you will know that 7 sunflowers will be what you need for this project. I also want to mention that this sunflower dress is like a fitted style, and if you want it more looser, obviously you can use you can add on another sunflower, but it stretches no matter what yarn you use. So it's a fitted style, but it has stretch to it. So it's better that you're on the smaller side when you're connecting these squares rather than adding an extra square because you think you might need more room. So I'm not gonna do a rainbow cup, but we're gonna be working the sunflowers first, then I like to work the base, and then I'll do the cups, and then we'll do the straps last. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna be doing a size medium. My waist measurements, and you're going to measure right around your rib cage, right under your boobs. the largest part of your rib cage. So I measure about 36 and a half. 36 and a half. So I want my sunflowers to reflect that. From one end, and so if I add another sunflower, it's going to be roughly 36 inches. That's one way to measure roughly how much you're going to need. Otherwise, I advise the best way to figure out how many squares you're going to need to fit around your waist perfectly is going to be, and you want to measure right under your breast. So basically around the widest part of your rib cage. So what I do is just make sunflowers and attach them as I go. So I'll make 2 sunflowers, attach them, 2 more sunflower squares, attach them, and then another one. And I keep going until I wrap this around the widest part of my ribs, and then I put it together like that. So imagine I have this wrapped around my ribs, and this is the front part. So it's okay if this doesn't touch completely, because it's going to stretch anyways. So you don't want too many squares because it's going to be large. You rather have less squares. And then if you feel like it's still tight, but one more square might be too much, you can always just add your own row of double crochet back and forth until you get that nice closing where it fits perfectly around your rib cage. So I hope that makes sense. That's the best way I know how to explain how to make a good fit for your for the sunflower piece, because this piece right here is the foundation of the entire boho dress. So like I said, I need one more square, so we're gonna go ahead and do that together. If you guys want a smaller breakdown on how I make the squares, I will link my video down below on how to make a sunflower granny square. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep moving along. So we're gonna start by making a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to slip stitch in that first chain, pull through. We're going to chain 2. Now we're going to make 12. Well, including this chain 2, it's going to be 12, but we're going to do 11 double crochet inside this hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I know I just said 11 including that chain 2, but we're going to do 12 double crochet inside that hole. Now I am doing this tutorial off the basis of my memory off my dome. I don't have anything written down, so if I say if I have any kind of misinformation, I will have it on the screen for you guys. And then we're going to slip stitch in the top of that first double crochet. We're gonna pull through, and then we're gonna cut off a tail. Now that we made the head, we're gonna go ahead and do the petals. I know I'm rushing through this part, but it's really because I've done the sunflower pattern a million times, so at this point, we should all be pros. So I'm going to stick my hook on the top of that first double crochet. I'm gonna pull my yellow through, chain 1. I like to tie this tail part along with the string I'm working with and tighten. That just gives it more hold. Then I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 5. Chain 1. Yarn over, insert through the next top of double crochet, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 4. Chain 1. Again, we're going to yarn over, insert in the next hole, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 4. So you'll pull through all stitches once you have 4 on the chain. Chain 1, and I'm going to meet you guys once we have a total of 12 petals. All right, you guys, I have my 12 petals, so now we're going to slip knot. We're going to insert in the middle of those 2 petals. We're going to chain 1, and I like to tie that tail for extra support. All right, we're going to chain 2. Now we're going to start with a corner hole. A corner hole would be the 2 sets of 3 double crochet with a chain 1 in between. So I have 4 sets of those, and those will be the corners. So I'm going to do a double crochet, another double crochet, chain 1. So now with that chain 2, I have a total of 3 double crochet. Now I'm going to add 3 more double crochet in that same hole. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to chain 1 in between each petal. Now I'm going to work 2 double crochet. And all my sets will be 2 sets of double crochet with a chain 1 in between, except for the corners. The corners we're doing 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. And then we have 2 sets of 2 double crochet in between each corner. So I'm going to do 2 double crochet in between the next set of petals. Chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1. Now I'm going to work my next corner. So I'm going to do 3 double crochet, chain 1. Now I'm going to do 3 double crochet in that same hole, chain 1. Now I'm working my next side. I'm going to do 2 double crochet, basically going to mimic this side, chain 1, two sets, chain 1. Now I'm working my next corner. Chain 1, 3 more double crochet, chain 1. Now I'm going to do 2 working my last corner. Like I said, I know I'm going fast, but I've done this. I've explained these granny square in 3 other videos of mine. So I'm really only refreshing for those who are new to this video or new to my channel. Also, if you're not subscribed, I would love for you guys to subscribe and hit the like button. It would really help me out. I love making tutorials for you guys, and a like would be appreciated. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I will surely get back to you guys. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch in the top of that double crochet, slip stitch in the next top of that double crochet, and then we're going to slip stitch in that chain 1. We're going to chain 2. Now we're going to make 2 double crochet, including that chain 2. That will be 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 more double crochet, and you're basically going to mimic the first row. So I'm doing 2 double crochet, chain 1, chain 1. The second row is going to consist of 3 sets of 2 double crochet with a chain 1 in between. So I have my 3 sets of 2 double crochet. All right, so I just completed my square. I'm going to cut off a few inches, pull through, and now I'm going to connect them. So I like to line up each set, and I'm going to bring my string through the chain 1 space. Let me bring this closer. So that chain 1, I'm going to put my hook through both loops, and I'm going to pull my tail through. Now, in that first, I'm only going to put my hook through 1 stitch on each side. And I'm going to make sure it's lined up, making sure both chain ones sets are lined up. And I'm going to do this all the way to the end. You can use this tapestry needle if that works quicker for you. I did with the others, but since I'm too lazy to get up to go get it, I'm basically done anyways, so no big deal. The top of the last two chain ones. All right, now I have a nice even piece to work with. Now I'm going to connect the two sides with my tail like I just did. Same exact way. Once you've connected all your squares, we're going to start working the length part. This is the most time-consuming part of the boho sunflower dress. Oh my gosh, can't talk today. So you can start in any of these holes. I just like to start in the corner holes. So I'm going to make a slip knot. I'm going to insert it. Chain one. I'm going to tie my tail for extra security. Chain two, and I'm going to work another double crochet in that same hole for a total of 2. My first row is going to consist of 2 sets of double crochet, chain 1, 3 sets of double crochet, chain 1, 2 sets, 3 sets, 2 sets, all the way around. And then the rest of my length will be chain 2. Now I will have some simple directions on how to on how to increase and decrease in your rows to have that perfect fitted look. I also like to, and I'm also going to explain that coming up. So I'll have some simple directions so it makes sense. And then I'll also, see, I'm not even paying attention. And then I'll also have an explanation. So for my very first row, I'm gonna alternate 2 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet until I meet all the way back here where we started. So what I like to do is try on as I go. That way I know if I need to increase or decrease in each row to keep that nice fitted look. So as you can see, I'm going to do the center holes too. So where we connected our granny square, it may look a little funny because the 2 corner holes are close, but we're going to be working in each of those holes. You do not want to skip those, otherwise you'll have big gaps. So far we're working our first row. I have 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, and I'm going to continue until I make my way back over here. So I will finish up this row and then I will explain increase and decrease in the second row. All right, you guys, so as you can see, I've made I've completed my first row around, and after I complete that last double crochet, I'm not going to chain one. I'm just going to slip stitch the other side. And every time you end your row, you're not going to chain one. I'm going to chain two, and I'm going to flip my work and start working back the other way. That's going to keep the first set of 2 double crochet even as we work our way around. So we're not working in the same counterclockwise motion. We're going to do clockwise, we're going to slip stitch, then we're going to work back the other way for each row. So once you've done your slip stitch to the other side, you're going to flip your work and start working the other way. So turn, turn, turn. All right, you guys, so the rest of my rows, like I said, I try it on as I go. I do a couple rows at a time. That way I know if I need to increase or decrease as I work my way down. Now, everyone's length is going to be different. I generally like doing just above the knee length, but if you want to do an ankle length, that's your choice. If you want to do a shorter slip style, that's also your choice. So I am going to do this one the same length as my other 2 dresses, just because that's my favorite length. So if you feel that you're working your way down and it's becoming too tight, you're going to want to increase. How you increase is you'll do just like our first row. You'll do a set of 3 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. So anytime you need to increase a row to make more room because it's too tight fitting, you will that's how you'll increase. You can, if you even feel like that's not enough increase, you can just do 1 whole row of 3 sets of double crochet, just like this one. So this one, as you can see, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. So if you feel like you need a lot of increases and you want more room, that would be the way to go. Now, if you feel like your dress is becoming too loose and you need to decrease, you can do rows of alternating between 2 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then make a row of that, and you'll notice that it gets tighter. So those are your 2 tips on how to create the perfect fit as you work your way down. If you want it to be more flowy at the bottom, do several rows as you work your way down of 3 sets of double crochet in a row. If you want it more tighter, you can do 1. I wouldn't do a whole row of just 1 double crochet because that's going to end up too tight. But everyone's different. So I would just do 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1. So that's how you decrease. Now I am going to continue until I have the length that I want. And I will meet you guys back when I am done with my length portion. Like I said, I highly recommend that you try on as you go. That way you know what kind of fit you're getting yourself into and making sure that it goes around your butt area. I do, what was I just gonna say? I forgot, but, oh, I was going to mention that most yarn does stretch. I know this Craft Smart yarn stretches. A sport yarn would be perfect. It's also more absorbent in water, so if you wanted to do like wear this to the beach. Otherwise, we're gonna keep going. No matter what size you make, you're going to want the very first row for all sizes. You're going to want to alternate between 1 or 2 sets of double crochet, 3 sets, 2 sets, 3 sets in the first row, and then working your way down. You'll know if you need to increase or decrease as you try on as you go. So you're going to continue this until you've reached back to where we started, and you're going to slip stitch. Again, you don't want to slip stitch. You don't want to chain 1 before you slip stitch to the other side. You're just going to slip stitch. That's going to keep a nice even line as you work your length. And then also want to mention one more time, I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but these are very important notes. You're going to work one way. Once you slip stitch, you're going to work back the other way. Once you slip stitch, you're going to work back the other way. So we're not working all in one clockwise position all the way down. So if you guys have any questions at all, please message me on Instagram or comment down below. Commenting down below will allow me to see your comment right away, and I can help you out along the way. So I will meet you guys once I've completed my length portion. All right, everyone, so I have completed my base, and mine measures exactly 21 inches. Everyone's is going to measure differently based on, you know, the length of your torso to above your knees, or whichever length that you guys decided to go with. So I did, as you can see, it's nice and even. And this is the back, like the seam. It's kind of hard to see, but it's nice and even. And so I just want to show you guys real quick some of my rows. So as you can see, some of the rows I did like 2 double crochet, 3, 2, 3. So each row is kind of different based on the increases and decreases that I needed. I didn't do that many decreases, but I did do plenty of rows of increases. So yeah. So I left the last row for me to show you guys kind of what I did. So I ended with an increase, which consists of 3 double crochets, and I'm going to slip stitch that side. So I'm going to work my last row. And what I did was make the first one, I'm gonna make a set of 2 double crochet. Let me show you guys from my example real quick. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. So this is my last row. So I did 2 double crochet, chain 1. Then I did 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet in that same stitch, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet in that same stitch. And that's gonna give you like a slight flare at the bottom. You'll kind of notice it in the periwinkle dress that I showed you guys in the beginning of this video. And then once I finish a row of that, I just ended with doing half double crochet just to make the seam nice and even at the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do real quick, and then I will be officially done with the last piece of the body. So I just did 2 double crochet right here. I chained 1. Now I'm going to make 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet in the same stitch, chain 1, 2 double crochet in the next hole, chain 1, 2 double crochet in the next hole, chain 1, 2 double crochet in that same hole, chain 1, and as you can see, it starts to look like this. So you're just going to take turns, 2 double crochet, chaining 1 in between each hole, and then you're going to do a set of 2 double crochet, or I should say 2 sets of 2 double crochet with a chain 1 in between in the next hole. And you're going to work that all the way around until you've reached the other side. I am going to do that quickly. Then I will show you guys specifically how I double crochet when the stitches don't look even. And then we will begin the cups. Okay, you guys, so I'm ending with 2 sets of 2 double crochet, and I'm slip stitching to the other side. Now, as you can see, you kind of have, might be kind of hard to see, let me see. Yeah, as you can see, you kind of got a little ripple effect.